Let's get down to brass tacks. What do you think the actual score will be? Let's just start by saying Ascent can't win this match. Let's just say it's going to go to SVIFT. How many rounds do you think Ascent can take?
I think they can win, and I don't know. I think it's going to be... It's really hard to say, because if they start to lose, it could be really tough for them. But if they can get the upper end, they could really be really solid.
Alright, going into this mid, we do see right away, quick bomb from Ombrack, who's going to take a little bit of a chip shot from the rocket there, and a fully buffed Polygon is going to walk forward, but doesn't get an opportunity to jump in, and now the initiation from Silentes and Banny. Banny going to the saw room, gets taken down immediately by Credu, who is now going to be rotating over to the point. He does see players in front of him. Silentes standing perfectly still, not even doing anything. And it's Samzy running from behind, wrapped around from Kitchen, going to be getting onto the medic here, but does not connect onto it. It's a great play from Credu to stay alive, keep his medic alive as well. Desperate bomb from Ast. He's going to get taken down, and it's just Silentes and Rapper backing out of lobby, getting into their own lobby onto the last point, and Ascent can take this this second point. If a drop doesn't happen from Silentes, who sinks up his rockets, takes down Babs, and that's going to be a great shift, because now Raptor can push forward with the rest of the team here.
Yeah, really nice mid from Ascent, really cautious mid. The scouts just waited for Soldier to bomb in and clean them up. And they took it. Oh, look at Ombrack. He's forcing Raptor, really nice trade by the French roamer, and it could salvage the situation for Ascent now. Maybe they can hold mid or maybe play a bit cautious. But yeah, the mid was really good, and that's how they need to play versus Ascent, versus Swift, because Swift loves to play around their soldiers, and they need to take them down really quickly.
Banny getting a quick frag onto Polygon, who was standing perfectly still on top of the shack, the shutter, the awning, whatever you want to call it. And as a result, Ascent are going to lose one more player, and thankfully, though, Elicor with a nice little sticky trap, it'll pick up Samzy, who is just a little bit out of place there. I don't know if that trap was on mid, on the point, or if it was somewhere else like Saw, but that pick is going to slow things down for SVIFT, because now they can't rush in, although they didn't have the Uber to go with it anyway. But Babs, even though dying, has the Uber ready to rock and roll here very shortly, and they could potentially push out with a 30 ad.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for them to push out, because Raptor almost has his Uber. It's like Snakewater doesn't really allow for pushes, and it's really an unforgiving map when you fail them. So I think they're just gonna wait for them. It's gonna be interesting to see how Swift decides to break the stalemate. Again, we talked about them being an aggressive team, and I don't see them like sitting forever on the mate. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they want to do to try to break the save there.
Oh wow, very aggressive play from Froyotech, or sorry, Froyotech. I say this because I see Banny's name, Banny's tag. SVIFT rushing forward, getting taken down right away, not going to be able to get through. And now Ascent rotating from the lower area, going to juggle Ali into the skybox. No one can connect the air shot to take his life, and so he's going to stay alive. Pass also the Uber off, and it's going to be chasing down with Sorex, who is trying to get eyes on players who are not getting flashed, but the positioning and strength is on the side of Ascent as they rush forward now. Initiation from Ombrack is going to be splitting these players asunder, and now Raptor gets taken down by a nice pistol of work from Credu, who's now rotating with his buff out of the catwalk, getting his eyes onto Silentes, who jumps in, who's going to be connecting onto the Sorex, takes him down, but Credu is sitting on his 7th kill. Can he get an 8th onto Samzy? He does! Takes the mid, and Ali on the respawn could be trying to initiate here very shortly now, rushes forward with the stickies, getting on to Credu, but he will potentially get the cap. He's clearing the stickies, but decides better of it.
Nice clean frag from Credu. There was some kind of mistake there from Ascent, disconnecting from the medic after the Uber, but Credu kind of managed to salvage it. Now the Ubers are even, it's going to be the same situation. Maybe Swift won't wait for Babs to have the Uber and maybe try to make a push happen before that. But yeah, so far both teams are really solid, and it's really promising.
Building up this Uber now is Babs over the backlines behind Z or Cheese. I don't know what people call it these days. We're going to call it Cheese. Building up in the lobby there. While SVIFT is feeling very comfortable on the midpoint, not really moving anywhere. They're just kind of holding things out, keeping eyes on any potential bombs or suicide plays. But I think Ascent wants to play a little bit more patient here. They are on the defensive. They don't have any advantages to work with. They're ready for SVIFT to send in a bunch of players and hopefully get another 2-man sack that turns into a midpoint retake.
Both soldiers from Ascent are just looking at the soul room while Elicor has an eye onto the window and the green area, and it's someone, Silentus went for Babs and he managed to vote the Uber out of the medic, and now he's gonna see, can Polygon force Raptor? He can't, and now Ascent has to come back or they're gonna get punished because Swift is gonna push somehow. Sorex dies quite early, and this should be the retreating sign for Ascent.
Banny now getting onto the point here. He's going to get a little bit of pipe spam from Elikor. Polygon actually gets taken down by Samzy, but then retaliated by Korvac, who is now jumping onto the medic. Juggles right through the air, but fluffs it. He doesn't wait for him to land. Why would you take that shot? Just wait for the medic to land and get the kill. As a result, Raptor is going to be able to survive just barely on the skin of his teeth. And now with his Uber ready to rock and roll, we do see aggression from Banny getting onto the point. Sticky's also juggling the players in the air. Kradu can't make anything happen here. He does get taken down. The Uber's exchange onto the point. We do see a Polygon desperate to get onto the point there to stop it. And no, it's not going to be enough. Banny sneaks a kill onto Elikor and finishes off that cap. It's going to be 1-0, but a pretty long round and pretty good mid. And great play from Kradu. Ascent holding on to this.
Yeah, they showed that they could do something. They got a bit lucky on the fourth from Silentus because you got airshot by Polygon and he landed onto Babs, so that was quite unlucky. But if they can manage to pull off another good mid, maybe they can come back into the game.
Over here at this mid fight, Silentus getting primed for action as he does go for the bomb, following up after Banny, who gets a little bit of damage onto Kradu. Nice pick from Silentus, and now Banny getting a little bit behind there, going to be putting pressure onto the players. Oh no, Elikor getting juggled back, and the follow from Silentus is going to clean house. It is a full wipe with only Ali Bly, the only casualty from this exchange. And now SVIFT going to be taking their second point, and with full Uber ad, it's going to be a sniper play or something to slow this down. Kradu getting on the engineer already, trying to set up a sentry, but Silentus is going to walk forward and take down the gun before it even has a chance to grow.
As versus Battle Badgers, Banny is really aggressive, even though it doesn't have the second. Like they just got a second point, but they got pretty aggressive beforehand, so they don't let the other team set up on their last. Sorex dies quite early onto lower. You don't want this to happen when you're defending last, and the Uber is finally used by Raptor onto Ass, who's just running forward at the heavy. He's not dying, he's just retreating now, and the heavy finally dies. Korvac jumps in, gets one frag, but that shouldn't be enough for Ascent. Only Babs alive with Elikor, but unless he can hit the magic pipes, this is another round for Swift. This one was won way more convincingly, and they learned the mistake from their previous mid to wipe through this one.
Very good stuff. We're gonna have to see if Ascent can pull another win out. There was a very good coordinated bomb from Banny and Silentus to take that round for SVIFT. And now we do see going into this mid fight, Ali getting to the mid a little bit slower, about the same time as Elikor, who was waiting for the pack. Opted to not rush forward. Now going to be getting a sticky onto Ali, very nicely timed. And oh, Ali gets taken down with a nice bomb from Polygon. Banny now behind from the saw room, trying to get a health packet before rotating back in. Silentus might get pistoled down here by Sorex, and Banny jumping in a little bit desperately. Going to grab a health pack and meet up with a scout. He whiffs the shot, jumps back in, trying to get eyes onto a player, but Samzy is still alive. Rotating back from the health pack, getting onto the point now. We do see a little bit of damage onto Sorex is all it's going to take, and the chip shot from Samzy does manage to clean it up. It is just Kradu alive, but that is a very strong player to have going into this. But Banny is at a reasonable amount of health and will be able to survive a 1v2 if Kradu tries to start it.
The double bomb from Polygon and Korvac was really good. They managed to get Ali and Raptor out of the fight really quickly, but then again Babs got disconnected from her scouts. Both of them were looking away and she got caught up by Silentus. That shouldn't have happened, and Banny is now trying to go, making his way under. As dies to some parts from Elikor. Maybe that should be it for Ascent if they want to hold on to this middle, but Swift stays in. Look at Ali going so deep onto the point. He gets Elikor with a nice bite. He gets cleaned up by Polygon. Really nice rocket from the soldier, and that should be the saving grace for Ascent now.
We do have actually a Kritzkrieg in play right now as it gets popped off onto Banny, who's going to be trying to connect. Oh, Kradu takes a little bit of a splash shot. Babs so dangerously close to getting killed. Sorex takes a full damage rock there, almost gets taken down. A pop goes off from Babs trying to chase these players down, but the pop is for naught because it will not be able to connect onto any player here. Silentus! He just stood inside of the saw room and got out. Oh, he doesn't get out, thankfully. Polygon does clean that up, and now it's going to be a retake onto the midpoint. Can Ascent push these players back? Ast is rotating through Saw, getting ready to push forward. No, he decides to back off. SVIFT cannot contest this point whatsoever, and they won't even be getting the forward spawn, so there will be a player disadvantage. And Raptor's defending with crit screek, so they're going to be popping aggressively. Oh no, are they on minigun? No, they're on crit still. Sorry, I saw the thingies, the festive lights, and I thought it was an Uber.
And Ali is using the crits on 2-bit but doesn't hit the first stickies, and now he's gonna get spammed out. Polygon eventually dies to the rocket and to Ali, and Bunny dies onto the flank while the backup is going on, so maybe they can break it, or they don't even have to. Credu and Korvac, I mean, they both can cleaned up by ASTT, really nice job by the scout, and now Babs is sitting on a 100% advantage Uber, and if they wait for spawners, they can make it to the second point. There's so much cap time, they could even force it without using.
Ali, a little bit aggressive here on the left side, tried to get eyes on the players who are now rotating through the saw. Going to be meeting up with Celentes, who is trying to juggle some players now, going to back out now. Ali, not even close to the area of entry, and now with this good advantage, Babs is going to be walking forward here, getting eyes on Banny, who's also disconnected from the team. Celentes desperately bombs in, gets taken out by Credu over here on the flank, rushing in through the grass. They do see forward aggression from Sorex. The crits gets popped off, does manage to connect on the polygon, but Ali is going to go down. Banny might get followed up quickly if he can get juggled. No, he does not get juggled, but the strength is so strong because the players are doing so strongly. I'm lost my words. Banny getting into this action, trying to get out the Credu here, but cannot make it happen. Samzy is going to get cleaned up Sorex, and that push was just very clean, very methodical. Just managed to pick it off.
Yeah, really cautious play from Ascent. They just knew that once they know that Raptor had the Uber, he was stuck with it, and they just played around it really well. And the fact that Bab didn't use on the first crits made them like they could walk forward with the Uber. That was really nice from the medic. And now with it's 2-1, and Ascent is back into business.
Yeah, nice comeback round from Ascent. Gonna be coming in now with aggressive bombs, connecting Polygon onto Ali. No Demoman alive, but Korvac and Polygon have both gone down as a result, and Elikor is getting pressured. Gonna get cleaned up by Samzy, who's now rushing forward. Nice little rocket for Banny, gonna clean up a Sorex, and this desperate rush from Babs is trying to get out of the way. Samzy's at half health, and no one's credit. You need to fight this, not let them chase. You need to slow them down. Babs is gonna be just barely get through the spawn, and it hasn't even been capped. They're going to be rushing all the way back. They might not even be able to get onto second here because they're so spread thinly. Korvac connects with but kills himself. Feels bad, man.
They still haven't capped the mid, but they're already setting up on second. It's going to be really hard for Ascent to defend this, but it looks like Credu and Sorex want to take this fight. Credu is in, the Uber has been used by Raptor, and now Bab is gonna have to use it as well. The Uber are traded now, and it's gonna be really good Uber for Ascent if they can chase the players onto green. But somehow they don't have any assist. Credu gets Raptor, but to the price of his own life, and now it's it's complete crumble from Ascent. There were no assist onto the polygon when he used the Uber, and it's really grim fight for Ascent. Could have gone way better if they had some follow-up onto this fight.
Banny finishes off that cap at the very end there with some nice bomb plays from the battlements. Able to clean up players and then finish off the round. 3-1. I really want to see Ascent come back with that great stuff they had earlier. Really hopeful for them right now as they get into this mid fight. We do see Elikor rolling out. Going to be opting for the choke once again. Or no, sorry, I'm reversed. Elikor goes lower. So he's going to be getting to the mid just a tiny bit faster and just as healthy. Celentes, very aggressive, tries to clear the stickies before rotating into kitchen. Does he waits it out right now, and we do see initiation from Polygon, who connects onto Ali, who's taking so much damage, but they sacked all their soldiers just to kill one Demoman. And that's very good. They will be able to pick up Celentes, but Banny picks up on the Elikor, and now it's a 1-for-1 exchange on all sides. Polygon waits for an arrow patiently, takes it from Babs, and now rushes forward, connects onto Ast, who cannot do any more as he dies. Froyo Banny, aka SVIFT Banny, gets juggled into the air, misses the arrow, and gets cleaned up by Sorex. And now a chase can happen. Raptor could get caught out here if they had the players to go forward. No! Where's the aggression? Ascent slows things down, takes the cap, and will not have an opportunity to come back in because Ali has respawned and has the stickies primed on Saw.
And for some reason, it's way easier for Ascent to win mid when the scouts actually play it around their melee because they can deny any kind of aggression. And now, Ali is going straight for Uber onto the green. Uber has been used by both medics, but Babs has to flash her scouts. And now Poly dies to a nice fight from Ali. And Ascent should retreat. They're retreating right now because they can't take this fight anymore. It's 5v6 and they need to set up on mid if they don't want to get crushed by Swift DM.
Aggression here in front of Saw as Salentes tries to connect onto Korvac, but Korvac gets the better of it, and Samsey was on exchange. Elikor doing so much work, killing 2 players during that little push. And now we do see Korvac kind of cut off Raptor's escape, connects a rocket onto Ast, who is also getting pressured from the rest of the players on the bridge. The captain will go off, and Ascent are going to be holding on to this, I believe it's Uber. Yeah, it is Uber against Uber on both sides. Can SVIFT hold on to this while Ascent holds on to their forward advantage? They have a sniper from Creative.
And this kid is able to hit shots, so now Ascent will be, I guess, be patient, waiting for Credu to go onto the sidelines and get the frags. We see a gun behind the crate on the left side of Swift. That's going to deny any kind of aggression onto Raptor, so now it's up to Credu to see if he can work his magic and get some frags.
The double soldier aggression from Banny is going to help take down this little pressure. Nice little sticky trap onto Korvac, trying to sneak his way in while the rest of that action was happening. The Widowmaker is out from Samsey on the engineer. Players have backed off. Ascent holding on to the second point right now. SVIFT want to peek their way in potentially here. Ali just getting stickies on lower to potentially catch off another player walking forward. Korvac a little AFK and spawn, trying to decide what he wants. He's going to go on the spy class. Going to be going forward work. A little bit of a action here on the assassin class, while the sniper is playing defensively, rotating to lower. Could get caught by the sticky trap. They're trying to clear it out. Polygon could catch it. No, he does clear the trap, and now Credu gets an angle onto Ali, but doesn't connect it. And the pressure is coming on. Ooh, Sorix is so close to pressuring Ali there, but the stickies are protecting him. Can the spy get in position now?
ACT is on spawn as spy, so they're gonna expect Ombrack right now because he has checked, I assume. So, but even if they know they have a spy, Korvac can still be a threat if he plays correctly with his team. So they should try to make like some distraction for a spy to come into action. He probably can't go for the medic anymore. He should go for maybe either the demo man or the sniper, so Credu can get a line. But getting for the medic right now is kind of out of question because it's getting really risky, and even though we saw Raptor struggle versus YouTuber Spy, I think this time it's not gonna happen.
I think the best play he has is actually to stand on top of the crate and then go for a hero decloak and maybe get Raptor to turn around or put his self to the back. I want to get eyes on Korvac here. He's getting into position with this spy stab. Does manage to pick up onto Ali. And as a result, he's going to actually juke his way around as Salentes is going to get caught out here with no demo man. They can just walk forward, not afraid of stickies. Bandy gets launched into the air, does manage to just barely survive. Rotates over to the left side with a nice little keybind there. Gets headshot right away by Credu and takes more damage. Bandy just took 500 damage in the course of that whole thing. And Korvac gets cleaned up by Raptor's arrow.
ACT just guessed where Korvac was. We used his SMG to lower him, and then Raptor shot a lucky, not a lucky, but random arrow to drop down a guy spy. In the end, it's maybe it is for the greater good, because now that he got caught, he got a frag, he can't do it much more, so he can go back on rumor and maybe try something else, something different. So in the end, him dying isn't really, it's not such a heavy blow to his team, and Ascent still has time to make something happen. They shouldn't like get in a hurry.
Unfortunately, unfortunately for Elikor, Banny was hiding inside the drop-down ramp and was able to walk out while Elikor was a little bit overextended there. Kind of a bad misplay of positioning, and as a result, it's going to be a lot harder for Ascent to hold on to this point, because with no demo man, they could see their way through it, but I think SVIFT is opting for the parking the bus strat. They want to play full defense, let Ascent throw all their players in, and unless it's a wipe, unless there's a meta drop, Ascent picks up Polygon there with a nice shot onto Polygon.
Silentes is going really aggressive onto Korvac, and he gets down by a nice Credu who saved his roamer. And now that they have a frag, maybe they're gonna try something. Polygon is gonna respawn now. Maybe he's gonna opt for a banner, but no, he's up with a regular loadout. So again, it's up to Credu to work his magic and try to get a shot on ASTT. But if it doesn't happen, Korvac is in trying to go for the medic, but can't get anything done. And now it's all about being cautious, being really, really methodic, and trying. The more the time goes by, the more risk you have to take, but maybe now it's not the time yet.
Really good aggression from Elikor, who actually managed to connect a couple stickies onto Raptor, who's hiding in that corner. And if he can keep up this pressure, actually could potentially work in their favor to potentially put Raptor in a position they want, such as getting a soldier in. Crady does get taken down though, and now with no sniper available, that's going to be the end of these assassination plays. Maybe we can get a spy play and have Elikor spam that same corner again so that Raptor backs up into the knife of Crady. Potentially.
Yeah, we have to give it to Swift. The hold looks really solid, even though it hasn't tried much yet, like anything risky, but it looks like it's going to be really hard to get Raptor, because the sentry... Maybe a double bomb is actually possible, because the sentry won't see the soldier coming until late, so maybe you can get to Raptor this way, with the NG being there. It's going to be kind of tough anyway. But again, as the time flies by, Ascent needs to take more and more risk, otherwise it's just going to be a reset, and it's going to be another mid, and so far mids have gone either way, so Ascent needs to take more risk now. Maybe not trading an Uber yet, but I feel like they're not sacking enough. They should try something. Like, if Cobra guys, it's okay, but they have to try something.
I agree. There needs to be a little bit more of a tactic going into this. They're not throwing players in. They're kind of going half-cocked, one could say. Only sending one player in to do a little bit of dirty work, and that gives the rest of SVIFT a little opportunity to get in. Elikor taking a direct rocket right now, peeking that drop down, trying to get the spam in onto Raptor. Ast now on the sniper, gonna get eyes onto Polygon, who could peek his corner, head around the corner any second now, takes a shot, but it does not get the head. And as a result, this is gonna be aggression. Raptor drops from a great bomb by Korvac getting in there. The sentry was not able to get a shot because it was blocked by the box it's being protected by.
It looks like that's what I said. I feel like I'm really, I can see future. But now, Ascent needs to play this really cautiously. They have the full ad. They need to take the sentry down in the Uber and then get the frags, maybe alley if they can. But if they want to go back into the game, this is one push they shouldn't beef.
There comes the Uber does get forced off. We do have the sentry right here taken down immediately. Salenta is also the first exchange, but exchange is with Korvac. And scout on the point. Crady almost finishes off the cap. They just need to touch it. But no, AS has this on the point now. And he's going to be at full health. The rush in from Crady, Sorix rather, doesn't work out. And Elikor, a desperate pipe, flings out. And they beef the push so hard. They could have gotten the cap, but they focused on the players on the left instead of the point, which was so close to being capped. And that's going to be the end of this last hold. And SVIFT finally pushing out to second, taking the point.
Yeah, the play to focus the cap here was the right one, I think. I think it was Crady who went on it. It was a good call, but it didn't get any assists. I think Thorax should have went in as well, and maybe a soldier should have shot a rocket on 2 points to remove the stickies. But yeah, this should have been a one round, and now it's going to be really hard for them to come back into it because Raptor has the Uber, and they're going to push on it. Crady is on sniper. He has the lines cover, but it's going to be, if Swift wants to push now, they use on kitchen, nice force by callback, and now Ascent has to come back, carry the Uber, and come back with the charge later.
Benny now rotating in through Saw, trying to get his way in. There was actually a sniper in the forward spawn. Didn't manage to connect anything, but Benny now very far forward in the window. Gonna be getting eyes on the players, trying to deny them any forward momentum, while Samzy is in a little bit of a nice position here, ready to force off the Uber as soon as that medic walks around the corner. No one's going to check it. He's waiting very patiently. He's waiting for it. He knows the heal beam was around that corner. Finally gets called out. Gets taken down right away by Polygon, who's going to be coming forward with the help of Elikor's bomb. It's going to be juggling Halley, who gets cleaned up by Sorix now, rotating over to the right side. We do see Banny is spamming from the window, and it's a back cap attempt, potentially from Salentes. Oh no, he's going to be rotating, trying to go for a frag here on the midpoint. He jumps in, gets spotted out by Sorix, gets cleaned up by Elikor, but he connects onto Babs.
I was watching Elikor shutting down the soul room, so I wasn't paying attention, but this shouldn't have happened. Babs shouldn't die there. I don't know if there was Silentus who played well, or if there was someone else's mistakes, but yeah, that shouldn't have happened. And now the situation looks really dire for Ascent. It's only 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. They're 2 points down, and they're gonna have a full Uber for Swift. Yeah, this is going really tough.
Also picking up Korvac there. It's going to be a big opening pick for getting in. No more coordinate spam from both soldiers. No desperate bomb. Oh, but a nice trap. Or Sticky is going to be able to pick up Ali. That nice trap picked up Ali. And now Ascent are in a good position to push back. At least potentially try and get a sack in to force the Uber off. They should be setting up a soldier, buffing him up, getting him in there, because now SVIFT still has their their Uber and no demo, and Ascent are just hoping to build up their Uber in time instead of getting a force with no traps.
They're gonna have to dry push there. Looks like they wanna... Oh, Ombrack gets a nice frag on Silentus. That could be the entry pick they needed to go in. With one soldier that they can push on green because they're less spam onto their face. And looks like Elako is letting his team to do that on green. He has Seekers on 2 point, and Ali isn't really contesting him. Uber has been used by Raptor, who got forced by Ombrack. Ubers are not traded, and Elako wants to go deep in it, but he finally goes back. And can SVIFT actually contest this point? Holy nice air shot onto Banny and gets the frag.
Oh, Raptor goes down from a nice push from Kradu, and all these frags are going in favor of Ascent. It is just the soldier alive. Silentus, the only player. Can he connect? Nice rocket onto Sorex on top of the lumber train. But with all players dead, it's all but lost. There's 6 seconds left. They need to go fast. They need to cut off the spawn and get the cap. 2 seconds left. I think it's guaranteed. There's no way. There we go. Thankfully, they do get it in time.
A really nice fight from Ascent. They repushing there from SVIFT was a mistake, and that was really well punished by Ascent, especially by Kradu, who just went to the backlines as a Romo scout and got Raptor. And now there's like 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Ascent has time. They have to win this mid, and they did it in the past. They need their scout to be more cautious by soldiers so they can protect their medic. And SVIFT may want to DM this so they can ensure them the win.
Ast and Samsy getting into position defensively as Polygon gets a little bit of a juggle from a sticky from Ali. Gonna wait for the arrow before initiating once again. Silentus playing very carefully and cautiously in their own kitchen, ready to initiate at any moment. He's got himself peeking his head around the corner, ready to go at any moment. SVIFT. Ali takes down Elikor though, but he gets retaliated right away. Bandit gets the frag onto Polygon, and these frags are going both ways. It's an even exchange. Both scout alive for Ascent. I don't know if they can do it with the heals alone. The strong Banny rockets are a little bit too much to take it on, but they're going to be rocking in through the window and Catwalk initiating here, forcing off the Uber potentially, but they wait for the cap too long. They do force off the Uber and desperately try and get Sorex in, but Babs is a little more extended here and could get juggled by Banny. A very seasoned pocket going to be definitely preventing that. Babs starts it away for just a moment, and Ali is alive. Going to be getting 6 stickies onto the point, throwing them at desperate angles, and Silentus will be able to pick up onto Sorex. But it's once again a second mid-fight happening, but the cap is, and the forward spawns are in favor of SVIFT, as they also pick up a Polygon. They need to full commit right now, but no, Babs gets taken down by Nye. Silentus picking up another frag before getting taken down, and SVIFT are looking to hold on to this mid and push back in, but it's a good bomb from Ombrack, who connects onto the medic, misses the shot, but he doesn't manage to reload in time, and that will be the end of that push, that mid. SVIFT, take it down.
Yeah, Silentus has such a good read into the scout position, so he knows when to go for the medic. He has a knack for it. Like, he knows there's no scout there. I can go for a bat and kill her with 2 rockets because there's no scouts to deny me, and like he's really good at this. And I don't know. I think again scouts should be more cautious about that because Kradu was just running away into kitchen into a 1v1 fight. But now Raptor has the Uber, Babs doesn't, and knowing SVIFT, they won't. Will they want to try to push on this? Maybe. It's only 1 minute and 40. So, like, I think it's in a land situation they wouldn't go for it because they want to wait. But now Silentus is leading the charge with ISTT and Ali downstairs. The Uber has been used really aggressively, and Silentus is on Elakor. He gets the frag finally, and that should be it. Unless Babs can get her Uber, she's at 90, but no one is with her right now, and this is it.
Very close play, very close to getting that Uber in time for the clutch defense, but good push from SVIFT. Able to close out the match, 4-2. We got a minute left. No way they can possibly win. So yeah, that's gonna be it. SVIFT showing a little bit of resistance from Ascent here at this match so far. They did a really good job of taking back rounds and winning exchanges, getting the frags where they needed. Elikor really stood out with his stickies and pipes. Right now at this mid-fight, we do see some really good aggression for Polygon, but it's not going to be enough because the counter-aggression from Silentus is going to be grouping all these players into a corner. Babs is down to 2 HP, so very look, it's cleaned up by Ast, and now Kradu also gets cleaned up. Nice pistol shot, but it won't be able to work out. It's going to get cleaned up by Sorex. Polygon's still alive, picks up the alley. Samsy jumps around the corner. Can he get the stick out? It's so close! No, he dies.
And that should be it. But yeah, that was, I think, way much closer than people expected. SVIFT showed a bit more efficiency into their pushes, and maybe their mids. But overall, I think Ascent played kind of well. They missed some. I think it's up to the scouts who should have played a bit more with the medic. But overall, it was kind of solid performance. I think many people. Yeah, you said it. Everyone kind of expected Swift to take care, but I was kind of indecisive until late. So yeah, I think again when we consider I-61 being really close now, this is again a really promising game for the LAN.
All right, we got some logs set up, and it's the age-old question: who's that top damager?
Should I guess again? I felt like Silentus did a lot, but it's on Roamer, so I'm just gonna go with Ali again.
Ooh, incorrect.
Oh,
it's
no.
Banny.
Ooh, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, no, like it's amazing how capable Banny is, despite the ping disadvantage. He can dish out the damage, dish out the frags, and it shows in these stats. He's got 300 DPM, almost on the button, only 16 frags, but, you know, his scouts took care of that. Samsey and Ast top damaging for the entire server. Kradu, though, had a really good shot at the very beginning of the match. We saw that 8 kill streak to retake that mid, and unfortunately he couldn't combat Ali during that mid fight. If he did, potentially they could have gotten that cap and had the forward spawns. That whole round could have gone differently if Kradu didn't back out. But overall, really good performance from Kradu. I was really surprised at how well he played. He also had the least deaths as far as the fragging classes go. He tied up with Ast, almost frag for frag.
Yeah, but it's good not to have many deaths, but you have to take into account that Kradu is playing the roaming scouts. So maybe him not having a lot of death isn't that good. As in, maybe he's just... I wasn't on him a lot, so I couldn't say... I won't be sure of it, but maybe that means he was just baiting his team a bit. Because you don't want your roaming scout to be like bottom death. So yeah, that's one thing. And so I wanted to see what I was right. I went onto the death for the everyone, and I see that Babs died 8 times to soldiers. So I think that just emphasizes the fact that, again, I think the scouts need to play more around her on mids. But we mentioned this game was for Ascent kind of a learning experience, that they had to take stuff out of it for LAN, and I think this is exactly what happened. Now they know what they can do better, and it's really good for them. And I think for Swift, it just, if they needed it, I think it just highlights the fact that LAN isn't won yet, and they really need to be careful all the time. But if they play well, they can definitely take it.
So there you have it, a nice little preview to the Insomnia 61 LAN happening this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Our grand finals between the champions of the I-61 group stages, which, by the way, we will be sharing with everyone later on in the stream. Be sure to stay tuned to this channel right now at the end of the grand finals for this Essentials One Night Cup, and you'll get a sneak preview at the group stages. What teams will be playing what teams on Friday for the open group stages. We're going to be going to our grand finals in this Essentials One Night Cup in just a moment, waiting for the teams to get their short break before going to our best of 3 grand finals. I'm Ro, Ombrack's here with me on the casting side, and Wiethoofd doing all the production stuff. We'll be seeing you guys very shortly with SVIFT versus 7, if I'm not mistaken.